Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another juicy episode of WWE News and Rumors. I am your host, Mr. Brandon Hodge. This episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. If you guys are looking for tickets for anything in the entire world, use SeatGeek and use code Hodge to save yourselves 20 freaking bucks. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this episode, guys. Just remember, brand new episodes are every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. That is the current set schedule, unless something goes horribly wrong or something. Anyway, news time. So the first news story of the day is going to be about Mr. Kurt Angle. So Kurt Angle has posted on his social media this teaser video of sorts. So what's this teaser video for? Well, basically Kurt Angle is lacing up his boots in this video. He has his ring gear on. He's got his gold medal on. He has his mouth guard and he's standing there. He's ready for a fight. Which, is gonna start up those AEW rumors. Everyone loves to talk about AEW, but, AEW tomorrow, I guess tonight. It's tonight, right? Yeah, so today's Sunday, yeah. So tonight, AEW is doing their show, and their show is basically going to have a mystery, big surprise debut for AEW. Big Show was the one who mentioned this, and there's a lot of rumors of who it could be. Everyone's like, hey, Mark Henry. Mark Henry's someone who said they recently want to wrestle. And then Kurt Angle, some people were talking about Kurt Angle even before he released this teaser video because they're like, Kurt Angle didn't really go out on his terms. I know he wasn't happy with his retirement match because he was wanting to face John Cena. That's what Kurt Angle originally wanted for his retirement match before WWE decided it's going to be Baron Corbin. Kurt Angle himself, his retirement match, he wanted John Cena versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, and WWE refused to give that to him. But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Anyway, there's this mystery person that is supposed to debut tonight. Kurt Angle reveals this teaser video of him in his ring gear, so maybe it's Kurt Angle, maybe it's just a swerve, but this is really, really cool to see, and I hope Kurt Angle appears in some other ring wrestling again if that's what he wants to do, because it is really, really cool to see this. Alright, the next news story. So this will actually be the final news story before we jump into some rumors or whatever. Kind of a light confirmed news day, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, WWE at this point have a merchandise website. Hopefully we know. This isn't a new thing, by the way. WWE Shop's been around for a while, but, screw WWE Shop. Let's support Brandon Hodge Shop, because Brandon Hodge Shop, shameless plug there. But basically, WWE, they sell something called replica belts. You can see a few of those in my background. These are real replica belts. They are not the real belts. Some people, for some reason, think the belts under your shop are the real belts from television, and I'm like, you guys are not getting those for $500, and for a replica, don't pay $500 because even that's too much. But it's kind of funny because this is what we're talking about. We're talking about replica belts. So Stone Cold Steve Austin has a brand new replica belt on WWE Shop. Is it the Smoking Skull belt? No, it's not. It's not one he actually held in WWE. It's this really, really cool one though. Like, it's a cool looking belt. Like, look at this thing. It just looks like $1 million. Or should I say $1,000? Yeah, you're right. They're actually selling replicas of this for $1,000. I get there's probably a little more effort put into these than the other replicas like I have, but anyone who has $1,000 to spend on a replica belt really needs to learn a better investment or something, because it's not like the things go up in value or anything. I get it's a limited edition kind of deal or whatever, but still, to spend $1,000, to spend $1,000 on a replica title belt, that's a bit much. Unless you're buying like a bundle, like 2 or 3 of them, you kind of get ripped off for $1,000 freaking dollars. But it is a cool belt nonetheless, so I might actually have to buy that. So there you guys go. That is actually all the confirmed news stories we've been talking about today. But don't you dare go anywhere, guys, because things are about to get good. Things are about to get a little juicy around here. So I would go ahead and suggest for you guys to go ahead and get your juice boxes out. Get your juice boxes ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. So the first rumor is about thigh slaps. Oh, the wonderful thigh slaps. So a lot of people are watching this video right now on the Brandon Hodge YouTube channel, and they're saying, Brandon, when the hell are you talking about thigh slap? What is this? This is not PG. What are you talking about, Brandon? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So there is a thigh slap that goes on in a wrestling match sometimes. Not what you think. It's not like a wrestling move where you slap another person's thigh. It's not that. So sometimes when they do like these high impact moves or certain moves, like a super kick, for example, is like the most used one. When a wrestler does a super kick, normally when they do the super kick, they'll slap their thigh just to add that extra like sound effect in it, which is really, really cool. I'm sure a lot of people have noticed that. But apparently WWE, whoever this may be, I'm imagining it's Vince McMahon, they do not like the thigh slaps. They think it looks very obvious and stupid, and they've just banned it all together. And apparently so much so that they'll actually fine wrestlers if they catch them doing the thigh slap. But it gets to be just like a muscle kind of memory kind of thing when you do like a super kick so many times a certain way, to do it a different way, not to slap your thigh after you've been doing that for however long, like years and years and years and years. It takes a little bit of getting used to, and a little, you know, you have to be very actively thinking about it, which is hard to do. So imagine some people are accidentally going to do it and actually get fined. So it's very, very stupid. WWE banned the stupidest things in the world. But this is one. It's always been like a traditional like super kick thing. When you do a super kick, you slap your thigh. It's just part of it. But I guess not in WWE anymore.
That's right, all you indie darlings. If you are just now learning to wrestle, don't slap your thigh, because I will take your money if you get to me.
Okay, the next rumor. The next rumor is about WWE signing. So WWE, you know, throughout the years, they sign a lot of new wrestlers to the Performance Center to either learn to wrestle or learn to wrestle in the WWE style, even if they've been wrestling for a while. Sometimes they just sign people off the street. I don't know how you get into that. They'll just sign people with no wrestling experience. They say, no, we do not hire people with no wrestling experience, and then you have like a whole list of people on the roster who were never a wrestler before WWE, so it's just a lie. So some of them are athletes and like other things, like football players or whatever, and then WWE recruit them just because they look like $1 million or whatever. Anyway, WWE, they really hire a lot of people throughout the year, but apparently they've issued a new rule. I wouldn't say really a rule, but kind of like a standard thing. They no longer want to be signing people over the age of 30 years old. So if you're 30 years old, you're too old to be signed by the WWE, more than likely. That's basically what this is saying, which makes it kind of tough. If you're just now like in your 20s and starting out, you'll be on the indies for a little while, and then before you know it, you're 30 and you're too old for WWE. What sense does that make? I don't like that kind of thing. If you just start training like you're 25, you have 5 years before it's too late to be signed to the WWE. It's really, really stupid. Apparently there is exceptions to this rule or whatever, but generally WWE have like noticed in the past a little bit that they have a real age issue on their roster, because apparently like most of the people, if you look up their ages, who are like on Raw or SmackDown, most of them are like into their late 30s, if not in their 40s, and they're like, yeah, these guys aren't going to last too long, and we're going to be out of stars here soon, so we really, really want new stars. So I guess as of right now, WWE will only be looking to sign people under the age of 30. Alright, the next rumor. The next rumor is about former WWE wrestler Christian. So Christian, there's this rumor going around right now that's saying that Christian, you know, he returned to the Royal Rumble. If you guys don't know, Royal Rumble 2021, we had a lot of cool surprises, more than I was expecting with no crowd. And we actually had Christian return. So Christian returned to the ring after thinking he could never wrestle again due to medical reasons. He got back in the ring, and it was phenomenal. Everyone's like, oh, Christian's back, he's cleared. That means he can be a full-time wrestler with the WWE again. The answer is no. No, that's not what that means, apparently, because WWE, I guess Christian tried to ask, hey, would you guys offer me a contract to come back and be a wrestler? They did like some mini negotiations or something, and they basically fell through, and then they stopped offering Christian a contract. What you know is going to start those rumors of AEW tonight. Who is going to be the mystery person? Christian, it could be it, because his contract negotiations just fell through with WWE. Or maybe it's Kurt Angle, or maybe it's Mark Henry, or maybe it's CM Punk. There's a million people it could be. CM Punk said it's not him, but just, you know, following the rules of wrestling, when someone says it's not them, then it normally is them. I'm not saying it's CM Punk, but it could be CM Punk. It's probably CM Punk. But anyway, no, I wish it would be CM Punk. I would just like have the biggest reaction in the entire world. But as for Christian, he has no current WWE contract. They have not offered him a contract, so tonight the surprise return, or not return, the surprise debut in AEW very well could be Christian. I mean, he did the stuff with like Impact Wrestling or TNA, whatever thing you want to call it, like that. He's done that in the past. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's definitely possible that the debut tonight could be Christian. Alright, the next rumor. The next rumor is actually about WrestleMania 37. So WrestleMania 37, let's put the logo up there. It's kind of about Vince McMahon as well. I don't know if I should let Vince Puppet do his stick during this, but basically, Vince McMahon apparently wants WrestleMania to be a very big deal. Well, shocker, it's the biggest show of the year. Of course he wants it to be a big deal. But apparently he wants it to be a bigger deal than usual, because this is kind of like the WWE's back party. Come on back and watch, because they've lost so many viewers because of this pandemic. Just lack of interest. There's no crowd. There's no energy in the shows. The shows are just kind of flat and kind of bland, and that's kind of the feeling a lot of like wrestling fans are getting, and they're not even watching WWE or wrestling at all right now. And Vince is kind of using the show being like, the crowd is back, because they're having tickets on sale actually next week or this coming week, if you guys don't know that. But they're having a crowd back, and Vince kind of wants us to be like, hello, pay attention to us, hello, pay attention to us, we are back, we have big stars or whatever. So, apparently, there's a backstage rumor that Vince might be rewriting a lot of the play.
Hi, my name is Vince McMahon, and I would like to say WrestleMania is going to be great. WWE's back, so please watch. Please watch WrestleMania.
Plans. Now, everything that's been unconfirmed, like on Raw and SmackDown and all that, everything that's confirmed cannot be changed, so like the confirmed matches will not change. But the ones that aren't really confirmed yet, like the plans for the WWE Championship with Bobby Lashley versus big question mark, that could definitely be changed, and he might bring in some bigger stars, some part-timers, some people we haven't seen in a while, just to kind of bring a little star power to it, if you will. So Vince is going all out for this WrestleMania, so I will keep you guys posted about your new rumors, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Hi, my name is Vince McMahon, and I would like to say WrestleMania is going to be great. WWE's back, so please watch. Please watch WrestleMania.
Alright, the next rumor. The next rumor is about The Fiend, and The Fiend Bray Wyatt. So, I have a lot of people writing the channel every once in a while. There's a few questions I got, like recently, the big topic everyone's been asking me about is, hey Brandon, what is the deal on WrestleMania tickets? And then I kind of answered that last week. You guys kind of like, oh, okay, so that's the plan. We can stop bugging Brandon about that. So if you guys don't know, WrestleMania tickets are supposed to go on sale here soon. Please save a few for me, because I want to go to WrestleMania. I already have my hotel booked and everything. So just save a few tickets for Mr. Brandon Hodge. But basically, that was before. Now the new question you guys are asking me is, hey Brandon, when is The Fiend coming back? They keep doing this crap every single week on Raw, ever since, you know, the Fiend got set on fire last December. So they're really dragging this out to a point where it's like ridiculous. So Brandon, when the hell is The Fiend coming back? And I was just gonna say, I have no sources inside WWE. I don't know things that the general public doesn't know. I just go all over the internet researching it, so you don't have to, and I share the information here. That's what this show is. But The Fiend, as for his return, he will be having a match for WrestleMania. The current rumor is still it's going to be against Randy Orton. There's also a rumor saying it's going to have some kind of fun stipulation, probably another Firefly Funhouse, so that'd be really, really cool. But the thing is, when's he returning? I have no idea. No one has any idea. It's just whenever they decide to do it. I don't know if they have a current plan. It could be any week on Monday Night Raw, or they might not even have him return and just have like Randy Orton in the ring at WrestleMania being like, Bray Wyatt, I'm sick of your crap, show yourself or whatever, and then he just like appears or whatever at WrestleMania. So there's really not really much information there. It's just kind of like Bray Wyatt's ready to go whenever they are. He's just waiting for the phone call. So we'll just have to wait and see when they decide to have him actually, you know, come back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and get your tissues out. Get your tissues ready, because ladies and gentlemen, this is the saddest part of the entire video. So this is the final news story. This is the final rumor. This is the final thing I will be talking about inside of this episode of WWE News and Rumors. This one is about WrestleMania 37, more specifically WrestleMania week, the trip or whatever. So there's a lot of questions that I don't have the answers for, but this has answered kind of a few of them. Basically, this rumor is saying, you know how WrestleMania's 2-night spectacular, right? Well, WrestleMania week's gonna have more shows usually than just WrestleMania. Normally they're in different arenas or whatever like that, but due to the current climate of the world and social distancing and all of that, it looks like they may actually have those smaller shows in the same stadium as WrestleMania, which is something they have never really done before. So they're actually, instead of just having the 2-night spectacular in Raymond James Stadium in Florida, it's actually going to be not a 3-night, not a 4-night, not a 5-night. It's actually going to be a 6-night spectacular in Raymond James Stadium. The reason for this, if they were in a smaller arena, they would only be able to have like 3,000 fans. Compared to the 30,000 that are going to be going to WrestleMania, they need a bigger venue, so they just decided, I guess, to actually have all the shows there. Again, this is a rumor, so we'll just have to wait and see on this. But a lot of you scratching your heads being like, okay, Brandon, what are the 6 shows? Well, apparently, NXT TakeOver is going to be 2 nights, so there's 2 nights there. And then we have, after that, it's going to be Friday Night SmackDown, so there's 3. And then after that, we're going to have WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2, there's 5, and then Monday Night Raw. That is 6 events in Raymond James Stadium. Possibly 7 if they decide to do Hall of Fame. That's interesting. As for other things, WrestleMania week, normally there's like a WrestleMania Access thing where you can meet the wrestlers and like see memorabilia and stuff like that. I have no news on WrestleMania Access. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to meet wrestlers due to the pandemic, but we will just have to wait and see on Access. But as for the other shows, it looks like they're going to allow fans and actually have all of WrestleMania week shows in the same place, Raymond James Stadium, for a 6-night spectacular. If you're trying to go to all 6 nights, I can officially classify you as insane with myself. So there you guys have it. That is actually going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Right now on Instagram, I'll leave a link to 2 previous videos for you guys to check out, as well as a button to subscribe to this channel if you're brand new here. But thank you guys for watching this video. I am Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.